Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the first full moon in May, as there's going to be two full moons this month, one on May 1st and one on May 31st, which is called the blue moon. But let's talk about this May 1st full moon. It will be occurring in Libra, in the nakshatra Swati, around 17 degrees of Libra. Yes, I do sidereal Vedic astrology, not Western tropical. So if you're wondering why I'm talking about the moon being in a different sign, this is because it is truly astronomically in Libra. It's not in Scorpio. So looking at this full moon, this moon sits all by itself, away from all the other planets completely. This is what we call a very isolated moon. And in Vedic astrology, that's what we look at. We look at the moon. The moon is the most important planet in terms of the people, the masses, the emotions, what's going on in the world. And this moon, as it sits all by itself, but it's in the sign of Libra, represents this is a time of balance, bringing things back to balance. Remember, Libra's symbol is the scale, and that's what it represents, bringing balance. And with this full moon being all by itself, there is a sense of feeling isolated. There is a sense of what's next? Why do we not feel whole or complete yet? Because this moon is by itself. But it is the full moon, which means it brings things to light, brings things to fruition. And a lot of these things, because the moon's in Libra, brings what? Balance and justice. That's another key word for this Libra quality, because when you look at the scales, that is the balancing of wrong and right and justice, and that's what's coming about. Now, this moon sits in the nakshatra called Swati, and Swati is the nakshatra of communications, especially in terms of business. This is a very business-oriented nakshatra. And I believe that the economy and everything are on its way back. I've been saying this forever, but no one's believed me, especially since there's been all this war and disruption. But yes, it is on its way back. Yes, we have a few more things to go through, but this is good. The world is on its way for vast improving. All that we went through was necessary to get to where we're going. And that's what this full moon is telling us. Now, the sun, which is exactly opposed the moon, is in Aries. And it sits in the nakshatra called Bharani. And Bharani deals with new beginnings as well. It deals with major breakthroughs of new things. And that's what I think this full moon is going to bring, some breakthroughs of new things. Things we can't even imagine are about to take place. So with this full moon, it's come to fruition. Things are being revealed. The light is being shed on places that were dark for so long. This is an amazing time this month of May. And this is the first sort of like set off to tell you how important this month is and how it's going to change things like never before. So looking at this, there's so much connection to the fact that this is a time of destiny. This is what this connection's telling me, a time of destiny. And why? Well, all the planets pretty much right now are on one side of Rahu and Ketu. This is called the Kalasarpa yoga. Now, the outer planets aren't part of this yoga, but what I'm trying to tell you, the Kalasarpa, I'm going to do a whole video on it, but it represents that this is a time of entrapment. And you might say, well, the moon is not within that Kalasarpa for 2 weeks. Right now, it's outside of it. But traditionally, the time periods of Kalasarpa, there will be 2 weeks where even the moon is within the axes, but there'll be 2 weeks when it goes out. And I think even though this does depict Kalasarpa energy, it still means that this is a time where things go out to reveal what's been trapping us. So the moon is sort of like the vision, and it's bringing the vision to us that we couldn't see before because we were like blinders were on us. We just didn't have the information. We couldn't see it. But now the moon's outside of this entrapment, and it's giving us the vision we need right now to see what's been going on, how we've been lied to, really. I'm going to say we have been for so very long. This goes way back, but still, this moon is giving us the foresight to see clearly and to see where we have been struggling, what our blocks are, and how we can change. This goes for global world events according to this full moon. But most of all, it can also deal with your own life individually. What is it that you have been doing that blocks you from seeing the truth in your own life? I'm not talking about all the calamities and the scandals going on in the world, because there's plenty of that. I'm talking about what is it within you that you refuse to see that is blocking you from achieving what you want. And so many people call me and they say, I don't know why I can't get out of this rut. Well, when you choose to see that which you don't know about yourself, and you're probably saying, well, how can I see it if I don't know about myself? Then your life will change. Here's a little clue. And we can all do this, and this full moon will shed light on this. It is, if there is anything in your life that gets you all charged up and angry or upset, or just simply you overreact to, we all have something, that's a clue to your block. It really is. So even if it's politics, even if it's religion, even if it's a person, realize there's something about that situation that you're not seeing clearly. And once you choose to see it, it will open and your blocks will be released. This is a promise. It's really that simple, but you got to be honest with yourself. Most people choose not to see it, and they say nothing's wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. But why is it things aren't working in your life? It's because there's a block, and it is in your subconscious mind. But every time you overreact to something, that's the clue. That's the issue behind it that you need to clear. If there's a particular person that makes you go crazy, then you've got to understand there's something in you that it's making you overly react to or charged about. And that can be solved and cleared once you realize what it is and what you're doing, and that that person is just a symbol for what you need to heal. It's not necessarily that that person is just bad, but maybe somebody you really don't like, there's something in that behavior that reminds you of something in your childhood. Maybe if it's a man, it's your father or something. If it's anyone, even if it deals with a parent, a sibling, or a teacher, or anything in your past. This is your opportunity to heal the blocks, because the moon is outside of the entrapment of the Kalasarpa yoga that is the entrapment in the karma and the destiny. So when the moon goes outside of that, it sheds light on what you need to see. And yes, the moon in Libra is that time of finding the truth, justice, and balance, and eventually peace, because that is what the sign Libra is all about. Ruled by Venus. Venus is the planet of peace. And yes, we're getting the vision as to what the peace is all about. And you got to be honest with yourself, and the world needs to get real and honest with itself too, with all the things that it's been lying about, evading, denying, cheating. There's been too much of that going on in the world. There needs to be what? Justice. And once justice is served, then we have peace. And that goes for you personally. So with that, I hope you've gotten a good idea of how May 1st and this moon will enlighten you. Now, if you want to learn more about all of this, sign up for my free newsletter. You will get my predictions and more delivered to your email address. Go to galacticcenter.org, and while you're there, scroll down, check out my Patreon. This is a spiritual community where we can talk in a safe place where there is no judgment. And we come together every week. It's a spiritual community. That's my Patreon page. Join and become part of it, as well as my galactic planner. See how all these things are in your chart and how you can better understand yourself by your astrology, your personal chart through the Galactic Center. Galactic Planner. Go to galacticplanner.com. And if you want to learn Vedic astrology from me, go to my university. It's all revamped and redone. It is amazing. Join our community of astrologers. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.